Strahd,
Good evening, everyone.
man
Welcome
who
to
is
the
lured
Tuesday
into
night
this
stream
land.
of
You
Dungeons
have
and Dragons. You are just hearing now that our DM is
found
having a
the
recap, so
location
I'll shut
of
up and
a
let you listen
temple
in.
of amber, rumored to hold great lost knowledge and secrets. Your friend, the Mad Mage, also mentioned that he divined the location of his missing spellbook being in this temple and asked you to try and find it. So you've travelled all this way out here, had a few encounters on the way. Managed to do some rooting around where you located Errol, your long lost party member. Managed to do some rooting around where you have in tow Arena. She is still with you as she doesn't feel safe anywhere else at this point other than up by your side. You also have Casimir Velikov, one of the Dusk Elves, who, at mention of visiting the Amber Temple, seemed to show a great interest in visiting it himself, although you have not really inquired as to why.
Is
So,
that a
yeah.
hint that we should?
No, not at all. Not at all. Whether you're
Maybe
interested.
we just don't like prying.
Exactly, yeah. Just yeah. So yeah, after some investigations, you battled some flame skulls. You fought an amber golem. You attached a dead flame skull to the end of your staff.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, as you came to a door, decided to that you heard motion behind, decided to poke your staff through with the skull on the end, and Errol did a little cantrip to make it appear like a flame skull, and that certainly got a reaction. And from the other side, you heard a commotion, and someone smashed the skull off the end of your staff, and you've heard the growling, a deep growl of a large creature of some sort in there, and a few voices. Yeah, that is where we left off. You guys are currently stood outside the door that's only slightly ajar. You can hear the sounds of movement and weapons being drawn in the next room.
Nice.
A couple of voices, a large growling animal of some sort. Yes, what would you like to do? Oh, and Sanarin, as you pull your staff back into to see, you can see that they've chopped about an inch off the end of your weapon.
Is that gonna?
No, it doesn't affect it in any way. Just you might need to polish it off in case it splinters at some point.
Can we have the map up? We haven't got any.
Oh yes, sorry, I've put myself on it, but not you guys. Give it a couple of minutes to load because my God, it's huge.
Yeah, I was going to say, Aaron, you got yourself muted still.
Yeah, I'm all good.
Oh, nope.
Oh,
I'm all good. I'm just talking in the stream.
nah.
That's all right. Just wanted to make sure.
So, yeah, Sanarin, you've just pulled your staff in. You're the one next to the door at the moment. What would you like to do?
So we can hear weapons being drawn.
Yeah. As you poke the skull through, they may have mistaken it for one of the flame skulls, which are obviously hostile.
Just want to say
And
welcome.
people the other side may not be
As I
hostile,
say,
of course.
it is a D&D stream tonight. I'm going to try and keep
I'm going to
talking
back
to a
off a
minimum.
bit, so if they react a bit
Let's see how we go.
quickly or violently, I mean, I'd be scared if I was them. I'm not going to be in
Okay.
the crossfire, if I may.
Absolutely.
But we may not necessarily want to jump on them, maybe. That might be nice.
So, as you guys...
I'm more up for waiting to see what happens.
Yeah, as you guys all sort of being
I,
silent. Yeah, Lawrence.
Can I roll a little stealth and see if I can sneak around the back just in case anything happens? Then I get advantage.
Yeah. You've got a little side room there that you've opened the door of, so you can poke in there and hide if you wish at the moment. So make your stealth check.
Totally forgot to actually open my character sheet.
Okay,
It's helpful.
so Spegman dashes around the corner, disappears from sight, and then after a second you see his head poking around the corner. Um,
Is it this room, or is it further down the
yeah,
corridor?
yeah, no, that's the one. That's the one.
Ah, cool
So,
stuff, cool stuff.
yeah, as you guys are all sort of glancing at one another, deciding what to do, you hear a voice boom out. Who are you?
We mean no harm.
If that's so, why are you throwing skulls at us?
A practical joke.
You hear some muted discussion. The growling is still going consistently happening. And the voice rings out again. I will open door. Do not shoot.
Okay.
And the door swings open. And you see this massive woman. She's about 6 foot tall, built like Conan the Barbarian.
Yeah.
And you recognize immediately from the dress. Looks like one of the barbarian types that were with the druids that attacked you guys near the Wizard of Wine's winery at some point.
Okay.
Except, yeah, looks a little out of place, dressed in all in the furs and whatnot are in this area. You can see into the room behind her. She's not alone. She's got a few other appropriately dressed berserkers and what appears to be a massive dire wolf. It's about 6 foot tall. And yeah,
Like a normal wolf, but dire.
yes, indeed. It's growling quite angrily in your direction at the moment.
Nice doggy.
Anyone got any dog treats on them? Check your inventories.
Left them in my other armor.
At the sight of the wolf, Casimir pipes up, says, "Beware, the wolves of this land are Strahd's eyes and ears."
Oh my god, I'm wearing a wolf pelt, I realise.
I'm
Can I
pretty
see
sure
it
it extends
outside?
to living ones, but you never know.
It's like a regular wolf, but dire. With
Yeah.
No, I just mean the wolf may not take too kindly to seeing it, that's all.
Okay. Or it may take too kindly to it. We don't know yet.
You're a threat.
Might mistake you for a cub, but yeah. So the leader just seems to be staring at you all. She's got a massive two-handed axe.
Hi, Crunchy Bagel,
Held
welcome to the stream.
quite
Thank
easy
you
in
for your
one
comment.
hand at the
Much
moment.
appreciated.
I don't know how we want to approach this, because obviously if we sort of realise that they're the same kind of people as were in the clearing before,
Should we ask them what they're doing? That'll probably prompt them to ask us the same question, but should
yeah,
we just make conversation at this point?
might as well. There's nobody's like trying to kill each other at the moment, so
We could say why we're here if we don't think it's going to get us in trouble.
We
I'll
had
just
that
ask them first.
when we came here, didn't we? We had that image of Strahd saying not to go any further, didn't we? So if the wolf with the eyes and ears is Strahd, then he's going to know we probably already knows we're here anyway. But
Well,
we could spark up a conversation such as this place seems pretty dangerous. Have you ran into any trouble yet? If you want me to ask.
We are. Yeah, are you actually asking that? Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go for that.
Okay. The leader sort of nods ahead. We have encountered the flame head skulls creatures. They are not friendly. We lost 2 friends, and yeah, she's obviously well, at least speaking common is difficult to possibly just because of the region they're from. So slightly broken English, essentially, which I'm mangling even worse than normal.
I'll reply with yes, we too have encountered those. They're most unpleasant. Sorry to hear of your loss.
She nods gratefully. What are you doing here?
Eek. We're on holiday.
Yeah, we just decided to come on a skiing trip.
What are skis?
Um, do we want to tell the reason why we're here?
Well, I mean, like you said, if Strahd's watching anyway, it's like, well,
Yeah, what we've got to lose.
yeah.
Go for it.
Okay. We will mention that I can't remember what it was we were looking for. There may well be
Yeah, I can't bloody remember now.
there's something that's going to harm Strahd, but I can't think what it is, and I don't want to turn around and say that to them.
Yeah.
We're looking for a spell book, aren't we?
Is it a spellbook? Is it?
So it's the spellbook of the Mad Mage, and this temple is just rumored to have all kinds of forgotten lore, and yeah, forbidden knowledge and the like.
Okay,
May
just-
well
Oh.
be rumored to be, yeah,
Tome
some
of
of the source
Strahd,
of
isn't it?
Strahd's power. No, you've already got the Tome of Strahd, but yeah, that it mentions that he, I believe, learnt some of his abilities in this place.
Oh, I think we should be able to say we're looking for a spell book.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not exactly saying, oh my god, we're going to use it to kill Strahd.
Cool. Well, we'll go with that then.
Okay. She looks a little confused. What is this book? What is book?
I'm just wondering if I have
Has
a
anyone got one to show her?
dust.
Yeah, I was gonna say, can I just walk out now and just because in my inventory I've got the Tome of Strahd, and then so I
You
just
okay?
throw
You've got
it
the
out.
tome.
I wouldn't
You can actually throw
do
it at
that. I would.
Plus, it's the Tome of Strahd.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just going to show it off, just to, as an example. You're actually,
This is magical book. Magic.
okay. She nods. I've seen such things. There are many in this place.
Oh, do you know? Can you point us in the direction, or are they all in different places?
She looks sort of a pained expression on her face and points north through the double doors. You can see through in the room they're in. There's a pair of doors that they seem to have wedged shut.
Okay.
And points that way. Says that way. We found some, but also found fire skulls.
What is it
Okay.
you are doing here? Is there anything that we can possibly help with?
We
I
are
wanted to
outcasts.
say that.
Sorry.
Yeah, we are hiding from the clan.
How come?
They have strange ways. We are, yes, not followers of these new strange ways.
Do you not like the fact that they're with Strahd?
He is a strange leader from further up the valley. Yes, he is. Seems to be some kind of god to them.
So maybe these guys aren't followers in Strahd, which is
Hmm.
might work in our favour.
Well, yeah. I mean, we can certainly help you if you'd be willing to help us find these books.
She nods. We will allow you through, but yeah, we are just trying to shelter. We have no interest in entering any further. Casimir, at the mention of this, pipes up at the back of the group and says, I'm not sure I entirely trust them, because they are in tow with a dire wolf of all things.
Should we?
Can I try and use persuasion to see if that helps?
you want to try and persuade them to assist further, yeah, certainly making a roll for that if you want to make an argument.
I could also do an insight check as well if you guys wanted.
Yeah, absolutely. If you, yeah. Get any...
Can I use my second strategy of intimidation?
no, no. One roll only there, I'm afraid, mate. Okay, yeah, you don't get any sense of anything other than perhaps unease entering further into this temple. They certainly seem to be afraid.
Should we question whether or not, or question the direwolf? Just say that are we going to be safe to pass the direwolf? And just sort of bring that question up.
Could do. I mean, I don't know whether this will get me anywhere. I've got animal handling. I don't know whether I can kind of gauge what the wolf's kind of like, what its mood is.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll let you roll that. Yeah, roll an animal handling check. See if you 16. So yeah, it certainly seems to be agitated at the moment. But you get the feeling it's possibly more territorial and that it's sort of looking out, sort of like it's looking out for its pack mates.
Yeah.
Rather than actual hostile intent on you at the moment.
Yeah, I think basically, yeah, if we don't mess with them and piss it off, then I think we'll be fine.
If we kind of try welcoming them into our group, they might be good. Safety in numbers and all that kind of thing, you know.
Is it worth?
Depends if they're willing to get into any scrapes.
Yeah, I mean they've said that they're just bedding down, aren't they? Maybe. I wonder whether or not getting them to join us now whilst we investigate is probably a no-no, but maybe on the way back.
Pop back again, yeah.
My concern is if we go through that bolted up door, and that we don't want to let those skulls come through, do we? Because that might just cause chaos with the direwolf.
Well, we let them free, and then we flee, and then we come and finish off the scraps at the end.
Why?
So generous, Lawrence. I love it.
Collateral damage, man. Collateral damage. Tactical.
Just a quick one. Welcome, guys, to Tuesday Night D&D. We're a group that we meet up regularly
Okay, so
on
do you all want
Tuesdays.
to leave this room while we go through and open that door? So
And we-
that you're not having... I'm addressing this to the barbarian, etc., by the way.
We're quite new to it, if you hadn't
So
guessed.
that you're not in any danger.
I hope you're enjoying it.
She nods. I said, "No, we will back up. And pay no attention to Fluffy. He's big softy."
Kept that quiet, didn't you?
Fluffy.
He's so fluffy, I'm gonna die.
He's so fluffy, I'm gonna die!
And yeah, she backs up into the room, motions for everyone else to back up, and one of the berserkers just gently presses on Fluffy, and they back up a bit. Are you guys stepping into the room at this point? Who's stepping in first?
I'll come in.
Okay. As you do, you look at the door to the north, and you can see there is a faint green glow seeping in under the door. Yeah, and as you look at it, you
Green
see...
means go, right?
as you see, you hear the door rattling, like something's behind the door handle. But their barricade seems to be holding firm at the moment. As you can see, it's like a broken table or something they've wedged under it.
Okay.
Has anybody got any holy water? Because remember, when we kill these things, or when defeat this individual, just sprinkle holy water over it to make sure they don't return.
I have 2 vials of holy water.
Yeah, you were quite efficient with the first one.
Winner.
Cool.
You went down the hole in the floor in order to make sure you've got every last drop.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It will be dead.
We also need... Sorry, Carol.
No, yeah, it's just as you start stepping in this room, sort of Vilnius, the little wizardy guy with all the burns on him, just mentions these would be the skulls that killed my master. His body would be just beyond this door.
Oh, great.
So there could be a few of these.
If we can fight them off, I would greatly appreciate his spellbook if it's still intact.
You spot it.
Okay. So what can we remember from last time we fought these? They do those sort of like fireballs, don't they, which do a lot of area damage.
Yeah, I cast a few spells. Don't
yeah,
appear to have
don't-
many hit points, but they
use
seem to be
fire against them.
quite strong against fire damage. If
Yeah.
not outright immune.
Was there something that they were kind of weak to? I can't remember. Just smashy, I guess.
I do actually realise as well, I killed one of them with a cold spell previously, and they're actually immune to that. Whoops.
Oops.
Never mind.
Minor technicality is fine.
Yeah, so I'll remember that
It's
this
just
time.
poorly.
Yeah.
That's weird though. If they're resistant to fire, but
And cold.
also resistant to cold.
Hmm.
Weird.
Yeah, they don't have any hit points, but they are resistant to elemental stuff, it seems. So.
Okay.
Well, we can't go down the stairs just here because there's that magical thing over here somewhere, isn't there? That also fired a massive spitball at us.
Yep.
Do we want to try and get these spellbooks?
Yeah,
Or
let's go
spellbook.
for it. Let's go smashy smash.
What are we doing for hit points, etc.? Are we all
Um,
okay-ish?
I'm maxed out.
I'm full, man.
Cool.
I'm 44, but I'm okay.
I'm 44, and that's the most I can hope for.
You old.
I'm usually 63.
Do you want me to go in first on the basis of my AC will be 20 and I've also got fire resistance just in case we get absolutely...
Human shield. Human shield.
I'm just thinking, because we don't want to stick right together, because we're going to all get absolutely bombarded if they do an AoE.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
Okay, well I'll
Casimir nods at that suggestion. Unfortunately, my arsenal is mostly fire damage. It's less than effective.
God, I've not got very many spell slots left. Jeez.
Yeah, what have I got? I've got 2 first level, 2 third level, 2 second, and 1 fourth.
Sounds like you got more than me.
Okay.
Yeah, if you go first, I'll bring up behind you. And then the other guys can kind of pop from behind, I suppose.
You didn't say they were immune from did you say radiant damage?
No, they're definitely not immune to that. It's,
Sweet.
cold and fire, you definitely saw
Just
that.
cold and fire.
Elementals and stuff.
Gotcha. Cool. Okay. Well, I will equip my shield, and I'll walk to the door, and I'll sort of turn around and see if everyone's ready for the nod, and just get them to sort of step back in case something happens immediately. And everyone, let me know when you're ready, and I'll burst through the
Are you
door. I
being
guess.
stealthy at all, or are you just sort of preparing yourself?
Well, if they were already banging at the doors, I think they're trying to get out anyway. So I'm gonna just be prepared to. I'm actually gonna like
The door.
kick the door down. Do you want me to kick the door down? Should we go for dramatic effect? And,
Oh, well, the door opens into the room you're in, so
oh, okay. So I won't be kicking
Swing
that
it
down then.
open dramatically.
yeah.
Okay,
You
so
could
that
try, but it would be a bit hard work.
that worries me in the sense that they might come straight through then.
Can we stand each side and then like open the doors?
Not stop them coming through, as it were. If you want to do that,
Yeah.
if you're happy to, as I say, we're gonna
Like
take
one on
some
one.
damage, but
Yeah.
cool. Okay then. So yeah, we'll if everyone's ready, then I'll. Are we gonna all come into this room, or are you guys gonna still stay outside? In case of fleeing.
Well, I'm in the room.
Cool. Let's go for it. I'm gonna
Yeah.
open the door.
Yeah.
So yeah, you
Can I
clear a bit of.
stealth burglary?
Yeah, you can make another stealth check at this point. Yeah,
Ah, shit.
another 12. Nice, good work. At least you're consistent.
Shit.
At least you're consistent. Okay,
It's just shit.
so yeah, you are out in the corridor. Arena's hiding out here still.
Okay.
Casimir's staying with her at the moment, looking on a little worriedly. Vilnius is in here, but seems a bit worried. Errol's going to bring up the rear, but he's a bit quiet at the moment because I don't know what else to do. And to be fair, most of his spells are not much use here either. So yeah, you swing the door open, and as soon as the door opens, you can see there is indeed a flame skull right in your face. You
Hello.
also see there are two more in here, but they currently seem to be facing away. Like they haven't spotted you, but this one point blank range notices you as you notice it. So I would like you to please roll initiative.
All of us.
Okey-dokey.
Yes, please. I forgot about that turn counter thing. Hang on.
For the
That's right.
benefit of the stream, I'll
Um,
bring over the pop out for my character here.
So
just
remember,
to-
yeah, click your token and then hit roll the initiative. Oh, that was a nice one.
Yeah, but I didn't want it to be.
In fact, no, I'll do that a bit later on. In fact,
Like, I want you guys to go first. Thank you.
17.
Bad.
Thank you.
Right there.
Like flipping Mario.
Who got 21 then?
Yeah, Lawrence, you finally rolled something well. What I'll do is I'll roll one for Arena and I'll use that to represent all the NPCs for now. Because otherwise I'll be here till next Sunday rolling if all this lot. That's quite apt as well. Okay, so you open the door, you lay eyes immediately on the flame skull, but the first to react is Smegma. What would you like to do, sir?
Am I in shadows?
You think you're hidden at the moment, yeah? I mean, to be fair, you're out in the corridor, so it can't see you anyway.
So
So
where
yeah,
are they then? Because all I can see is a slot there. I can't see nothing.
yeah, so you're out in the corridor. I'll say you can have poked your head in enough to be able to. So you've scouted the room already. So you can poke your head in, and you should be able to see that one. I think it's there.
Where?
Through the north door.
Sort of
Oh, something like right.
there.
Right there. Can you see it? So yeah, you can. You've got a line of sight to it from there.
So what are these little saggy, I like sleeping bags?
Yeah, yeah. I like the bed rolls. For the,
I thought they're like
the
hay bales, and I was just going to dive in one.
no, they're only sleeping bag type things, mate.
Hessian map type things.
Yes.
So these lot they're still in the room with us then. This thing.
Yeah, they've got the weapons drawn, watching intently as you guys start blasting through. So, yeah. What are you doing, man?
Can I fire at it?
You absolutely can, indeed, yeah.
Beep, beep.
I use my light cross. Do I get advantage or not get advantage?
No, you don't get advantage, but it is technically engaged at this point to account for sneak attack. But yeah, it's not flanked.
Can I use my silver tipped bolts?
You can indeed, if you wish.
I shall use my light.
Remember to mark one off your ammo count.
Joe, hello.
18 definitely hits.
Welcome to the stream.
So
Thanks for
all
coming.
Damage, and then the sneak attack damage as
Extra
well.
damage. Sorry.
Sorry, Lise. What?
Did the silver ones like you get any extra damage on these things?
No, but they
I thought they
bypass
were
damage reduction for non-magical weapons usually,
Okay.
depending on
So I do my
resist.
sneak attack as well, yeah?
Yes, please. So yeah, 11 points of piercing damage, pretty good as well.
Skirt.
Nice, 22
Cause
damage. So
if you're well.
your bolt cleaves straight through one of its glowing eye sockets, and it's badly hurt straight off the bat. Looks much weakened.
Thank you for also coming.
Yeah, it sort of wobbles in the air. Yes, you cleaved off a good half of its health there, probably.
Bloody hell.
Yeah.
Sweet.
You've still got some movement if you wish to back up or charge into the fray if you're feeling suicidal.
Just stand on top of her there. You know, cool.
Yeah, it's going to back around the corner. Cool. Sanarin. You're
I'm going to
next, sir.
stride up to it purposefully.
Yep.
Like I mean business.
So you dash up.
It's funny because he's
Halfling
small.
Indeed. So this little 3.5 foot halfling trots up. And it's hovering about
I'm gonna-
4.5 foot in the air, so you have to jump.
I'm not even going to reach it.
Or are you whacking it with your quarter staff?
Tiger up.
It's going to have to be a quarter staff.
Yeah, so you like you're trying to clean cobwebs, you swing it in the air.
I'm going to get it in the undercarriage because that sounds painful.
Absolutely. Yeah. 24 definitely hits.
Ouch.
7 points of damage. Nice.
You're going to end up with another one stuck on the end of your staff.
Nice. So yeah, it's looking really, really wobbly now in the air.
And I'm going to try again because I get an extra go
Indeed.
because of who I am.
16 also hits.
Do you know who I am?
Exactly.
Another 5. So the light flickers around it as it almost seems to give up the ghost completely, but it's hanging on.
Okay. I'm then going to flee.
You're gonna then cheese it, okay? Because you're
Cheese.
seeing as you hit it, you don't get opportunity attacked. So you back
Thank
out of the
you.
room again. So this super fast little toddler just runs in, whacks it twice, and then runs away again. Having heads for that. Awesome. Zendaya.
Cool. So am I actually engaged with it at this point? So if I was going to step back just one space, or is that?
No, actually, no, yeah, it is. They are tiny little creatures, but yeah, actually no, because it is tiny. You are not technically in melee range of it just yet. You would have to step slightly closer.
Okay. In which case, I will do a sacred flame. So 1d20 plus 7.
What's the saving throw for that?
Oh yeah, I don't know why I'm trying to roll that. It's just saving throws, and thank you. A dex saving throw on 15.
Dexterity. Dun, dun, dun. Rolls a 16. So you
Darn it.
bring off this ball of radiant energy. It smashes into the wall behind it as it ducks out the way.
Okay, that's frustrating. We have
at your
Amber
movement.
next, don't we? I'm just wondering if I need to get right in front of it so it only tries to target me next.
Yeah, well, don't forget you. Yeah, you can also see the two further down the corridor. While they're not looking at you at the moment, it's almost certain they'll notice the sounds of combat at this point.
Yeah.
Do you get another attack as well?
No, I don't. Sadly not. Actually, no. You said if I use a spell, I couldn't use my. Couldn't use.
If you've got a spell you can cast as a bonus action, you're okay. It's just you have to use an action for your cantrip. That particular cantrip is an action to cast.
Yeah. And spiritual weapon is a cast action, isn't it? So it's not a bonus. Well, casting time is one bonus action. Sorry, so I could.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, you could still sacred. Spiritual weapon.
I think I'm going to have to, especially if we've got some more. We might as well get that in there. So I will cast spiritual weapon.
Cool. Whereabouts are you casting it?
I think it probably wants to go into the room, roughly just behind this skull here, just so it's ready to then move to the next ones as they approach, if I may.
Okay, 1 second. I'm just trying to find a suitable thing to use for that. I don't have a token point prepped because I fail. Oops.
Can't remember what you used for it last time.
No, me either.
You might have just drawn a box.
I think I might have done. Let me find something a little more interesting.
Joe,
than
to
that.
answer your question, we play sort of about 10 o'clock-ish, so about 2 hours is what we play for it.
Oh, well, just drop the mad rage for now.
Suddenly a mad mage appears.
Yeah.
It's super
Okay.
effective.
So, were you dropping it about there, or are you nearer the
It's-
second one that was?
No, I want it to be. Actually, yeah, I'll just put it in the middle there because I was gonna.
Because you can make it
I
get it to
can
make
make
an
an
attack
attack,
straight
can't
away.
I?
Can't you?
I can, yeah. In fact, I'll put it right in combat range of this skull here.
The one this next one up the corridor, yeah.
Yeah, please.
Oh, yeah. Okay, cool. So yeah, make your attack with it.
That is the 1d20 plus 7, isn't it? Although I should have that in my attack here. Spiritual weapon. Does that send it through or not?
There you go.
There we go.
Yeah, 21 definitely hits. Roll your damage. So this crackling force of in the shape of your holy symbol of Lathander appears and cleaves straight into this one and takes a chunk off it. Bits of bone fly away. As they hit the ground, the green glow fades from them. And it's definitely noticed now that it's in combat. You still got some movement.
Hi there.
Or you can, yeah.
I will. No, I think I'll remain where I am at this point.
Okay. Cool. So, Amber, your turn.
Yeah. Right. I'll bring my dwarfy ass up here.
Okay, so you just step around the corner, see the
Yeah.
flame skulls
Thank
stood
you
there.
And then I will smashy. Go.
It definitely hits, crikey.
Pah!
Yeah, roll the damage, but yeah, exactly. You just cleave it in two, and these two halves of the skull just clatter to the floor. That's a very dead one.
Nice. So where were the other ones? Further down the corridor.
Yes.
Okay. I will pop inside the door, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. That'll do me.
Yeah, so you can see the other two down the corridor at the moment. So, anything else, or is that it for you at the moment?
Can I hold my other action?
No.
No.
Unfortunately, yeah, because you've already technically taken it for your weapon attack. You could move and then finish your attack action. But yeah, because yeah,
Okay.
I'm
That's alright.
afraid.
That's
Yep. Okay. You might have enough movement to get up to the second one. What is your movement? 25? What the heck? 25, so 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, no, you would be in range just.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because he's just there, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just enough to get into range with that one. So yeah,
Yeah.
you can take your other attack there if you wish.
Okay. Yeah. Do it. Might as well.
Just a quick one. Thank you everyone who's come to the stream.
27, that definitely hits.
Much appreciated for you
that
coming here.
damage
Hope you're
roll.
enjoying. Please drop a message in the chat
Yes.
window
11, nice.
or message me on my social media if that's what you saw me streaming
Backhand it.
from.
You don't cleave through it this time with the blade.
Yeah.
It more like hits with the flat of it and makes a horrible crack sort of sound.
Bonk.
Yeah.
I'm just playing tennis with it. It's fine.
Cool. So on that into that turn then. So the flame skull at the end of the corridor sort of spins around and can see just you and Zendaya at the moment, and just unleashes a fireball. The double check what the range on that is. Yeah. So, sorry, I want the AoE on that. What is the radius on that? 20-foot radius. Does it hit both of you? From there. Yes. Both of you need to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Okay.
Ouch time.
Yeah.
Dexterity saving throw.
Ooh, you're not.
Oh, hello.
Zendaya is not within 10 feet of me. Balls.
That's
Not
alright.
from your protection. Yeah, no, just too
Damn
far
it.
away. But you get that, don't you?
I get it, yeah. So I get.
I do get half damage anyway due to my
Yeah.
resistance
So
to
you
fire.
still, yeah, so you take 16 points of fire damage.
Ouch.
And Amber, you take, unfortunately, full 31.
Oh!
Oofed.
There's
You
this
know that-
massive explosion of fire explodes around the corridor. And as it lights up, you can see the charred remains actually on the floor there, Zendaya, of what must have been Vilnius's master. Obviously falling victim to something similar to that previously.
God, what was the. What did you roll on that?
Rolled pretty damn well, I will admit.
Yeah.
There's a
Okay.
1 and 2 sixes, so yeah,
Ooh.
definitely above average.
Ouch.
8d6. Not a fireball. Best bit is there's another one to come. No. The other one, having been thwacked and being surrounded by two friendlies, casts blur on itself, and its form begins to shimmer. Any attacks against it has disadvantage. Yeah, actually interesting. Your spiritual weapon, does that have blind sight or anything like that? I don't think it does.
don't believe so. Well,
Doesn't mention, does it? No. So it just behaves as if you were making a melee attack. Cool. Okay. Sweet. So it's just gonna just hover there, clacking its jaw at you, Amber. Shimmering away.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like it's up for much of a fight after its initial salvo against it. Arena and Co, having seen the massive explosion, just sort of bunker down in the corridor, unwilling to do much, and just call that. Is everyone okay?
Really, really singed.
it's a little
Um,
bit hot in here right now.
I smell bacon.
Oh, your hair's changed
So-
colour. I like the new black crispy look.
Black. Yeah.
Top of the round then, Smegma, your turn, sir.
I guess I just wander back in again. Can
Yep.
I see anything?
Not from there, no. You can trot up to the doorway next to Zendaya and hide round the corner there. Yeah. So if you want to get sneak attack, you can use your bonus action to hide first if you want to try. Wow, nice.
Boff.
So so you can peek around the corner and have a crack at whichever one you want.
What's just one in the corner there?
The one to your left is dead. So yeah, you've got one at the cross at the middle area of the corridor, and one at the far end. The one at the far end you would have.
The closest one.
Yeah, the one at the far end you would have disadvantage on because of the distance.
The close one. The closest one.
The close one you don't have advantage on, just a normal attack. So yeah,
It's another advantage on that, do I?
you don't have advantage on either, no.
No, so I'll just do.
Yeah. Why was Amber moved? 12 does not hit, I'm afraid. Just misses. So yeah, you aim your crossbow bolt and fire into the darkness, and the skull just jinks out the way at the last second. Actually, no, you would have disadvantage because it's blurred itself. So yes, my bad. So yeah,
Can I wander back behind my little corner bit? Or...
yeah, you can hide around the corner again, duck and cover. It's the end of your turn for now. Sanarin.
What sort of distance can I cover, like if you're counting these squares?
So these squares are 10 foot by 10 foot. So you, yeah. So from you, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 to get straight up to that one. So that's 45 feet of movement. What's your movement limit?
I can't remember.
Should be on the top of your sheet.
And the speed.
45.
Oh wow! So yeah, you can get up in the middle range. Jesus, you're fast. That's crazy. So yeah.
But I wasn't about to get away again. That's the only thing.
No, indeed you won't. But you've got evasion, haven't you? I believe. So yeah, which is quite hard to hit.
Uh,
Up to you, sir.
I might keep my distance a bit. And then chuck something.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, you've got some darts left, I think, or something. Whatever you were using.
Yeah, I will use darts. So I'll aim at the one directly north of me.
Yep. Okay. Do you have disadvantage on the attack throw? 'Cause it's all blurry. So yeah. Roll again as well, but I think you're going to miss regardless. Yeah. So yeah, you chuck your dart and just the shimmer from it just is enough to off your aim, and it just sinks into the darkness behind it.
Cool. I thought 16 was quite a good throw.
Yeah, because it's got blur running, it's disadvantage to the lower of the two. I'm afraid.
What?
It's the opposite of advantage.
Okay, but I get a second go anyway, don't I?
You do, yes. So yeah, your second attack. 16 and another roll for me, I'm afraid, because of the disadvantage. 15, that does hit. So yeah, roll your damage with this one. So this time you correct yourself for the weird blurry effect around it, and this time the dart sinks into the side of his head, like that bit in Shaun of the Dead.
Thanks for the cultural reference, I do understand.
Yeah. So yeah, it's wobbling, it's hurt, but it's still there.
And then I'm just going to cheese it.
Yeah, back out of the room again. Cool.
Yeah, baby.
Okay. Next up, Zendaya.
I can't actually see these from where I am at the moment, so I'm going to step into the room.
No. Okay, that should be.
They should be emitting light, shouldn't they?
Yeah, they not. Let me fix that quickly.
Take this opportunity just before
Oh,
I
hang
take
on.
my go.
There we go.
Thank you again for coming. Really appreciate it, and
that visible
hope
to
you're
you now?
enjoying it. Yes, it is indeed.
Perfect. Sorry, I had not ticked the box. All players able to see that light.
So the
Cool.
one closest to us, then, this is the one that's blurred
Yeah.
that we've been hitting,
Yeah.
and the one at the far end, is that the one that done the damage to us earlier?
Yes.
Wowzers, and we've not hit that at all, have we?
Oh yeah.
I'm just concerned that this has got disadvantage against this, and whether or not we should be trying to go for the one that we've got. That we've got just a standard attack rolls on. Although, if I'm going to use my Sacred Flame again, that doesn't make an attack roll, does it? It's a
saving throw. Yeah.
it's a saving
technically.
throw. Cool. Okay. In which case, I will use that. The one just in front of us here again.
Okay. What's the saving throw again
It's
on that?
15 for dexterity. Yep.
Dun, dun, dun.
Come on, don't do it again.
Yeah, quite nimble, but that's a 5. It rolled real
Oh,
bad. Roll your damage.
Goodness for that, and it's 2d8. Come on, be something nice.
Don't roll. Fucking hell.
15.
That is enough to finish it off.
Oh, thank goodness for that.
So, yeah, your ball of radiant energy this time sinks straight in like a homing missile through this blurry mass, and the light goes out and it clatters to the floor, leaving just one skull at the end of the corridor, watching you, threateningly.
I can move my spiritual weapon, but only 20 feet.
Okay, so
I will move it 20 feet up towards it.
yeah, so you can get to there. So it starts hovering towards the skull. So I'll be in range next turn.
Yeah.
What
I
about yourself?
think.
Are you moving at all?
You said I got a 20-foot radius of that fire. See, part of me thinks that I should move out of the way, but Amber, you're quite hurt, aren't you?
Yes.
So what I will do is I've already used 10 feet of movement. 20, 30, oops, 20, 30. I'm going to move to there, and just whisper to Amber. Oh no, I'm not going to bother whispering. I'm just going to say to Amber, why don't you get out of here? I don't want you to get hit again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna back off.
All right.
Have you got
Yeah.
a-
Next up is Amber. So you have noticed there's a couple of doorways on the left side of this hallway. They are all shut at the moment.
Okay. I think.
Well, yeah, you can just choose it back down the corridor the way you can.
Yeah, I think I'm
You're
gonna do
thinking of
that.
retreat, that is. Or you could just gung ho it.
Yeah, nah.
No. Hang out a bit
Leroy Jenkins.
Yeah, some of your backpack is still singeing, smoking.
Yes. Whether to use lay on hands or whether to blow that healing potion.
Is that as far as you can move?
Yeah.
Okay. I think you might still be able to get hit there. That's the only concern. Unless you want to try and go
Wolves with
into.
their stubby little legs can't move that fast. I'm afraid. Yeah. Unless you want to burn. Well, you could, burn your action as well to sprint.
Yeah.
Well, there is
I'm
a
just
door,
feeling-
but it's a bit unknown what's
Yeah. I'm gonna walk into something else.
What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna blow the healing potion.
Yep. Okay.
So I've not got cure wounds. What do you call it? Prepared, so I can't use that.
Okay.
Um,
You might have used all your spell slots last time out as well, maybe.
yeah, and
There's
lay on
quite a few.
hands.
You guys have. It has been a while since you had a long rest at this point.
Yeah, lay on hands. I really want to use as an emergency thing because if we don't get another long rest for a while, it's going to be like.
How much does the healing potion give?
What type of healing potion is it? Just a basic one.
Just a potion. Yeah, I think it's just potion of healing. Yeah.
Healing at 2d4 plus 2, so it's not much.
So potentially.
And then the little baby ones.
I mean, unless you want to
Yeah,
absolutely
2d4
cheese
plus
it.
2.
I mean, even its I'm just trying to think, because I've got things that I can use to give us all some healing
Okay.
in a bit. But it's up to you.
Should we sort of back into here again then, and then yeah, do a regroup and then a push forward.
I think as long as you're 20 foot away from, because it's 20 foot. Is it 20 foot radius? Was it?
Yeah.
Right, so that can do 40 foot. So
Yeah,
you,
so
yeah,
if
you need
that,
to get
one
out
of
of
those
that
was
door.
locked in that room, that would annihilate almost everything in that room, probably.
I would get behind those doors and shut the doors at this point until you already burst coming through again.
Yeah. Yeah, I might pull back right way around here. I'll sprint back. Yeah. Because I am
Okay.
hurting.
Gotcha.
You was in a lot of pain, and I'm about to feel it too, by the looks of it.
So, let's see then. So, so at this point it's just got the hovering holy weapon, which it's smart enough to realise it can't do much to. Can't see anybody else. What else has it got in its arsehole? It's gonna this time round casts summons this ball of fire that just appears in a sphere right in front of you, like a miniature sun. Zendaya.
Oh wow.
And this flaming sphere appears. So the flaming sphere remains there. So you are within range of it. So make a dexterity saving throw again.
It's my worst
Like,
saving
it's terrible
throw.
damage. But yeah.
Come on, be kind. No.
No, sorry. So you well, you still only take 3 points of damage because you're fire resistant.
Ah.
Not so bad.
Yeah. But the ball of fire persists. It's still there. You get the feeling it's tracking you, like it's going to follow you around, at least until the skull is disabled. In the meantime, the skull itself just backs up to this back door up here. And that is the end of its turn. So yeah, at this point, seeing Amber charge back into the room, Vilnius panics a bit and starts running out this way. Gets that far. Arena looks concerned, draws a rapier, but doesn't seem inclined to charge into the fray. Casimir seems to be muttering under his breath, perhaps about the uselessness of his spell selection for this scenario. And Errol's just looking on quietly. At this point, as again, his spells are not much use against these things. So, top of the round, Smegma. You've seen Amber charge past you, looking very singed. As you poke around the corridor, the whole corridor at this point is lit up like a Christmas tree. This spinning fire that's just hovering in front of Zendaya at the moment. So, you've got perfect vision down this whole corridor to have a shot if you wish.
Can I quickly, as a reaction to this thing, make a passing comment to people?
Yeah, sure.
And ask, has anybody got any water? And I don't mean to. I mean literally, just I need a drop of water.
Just a drop of water.
Just a drop of water. I have the spell.
Interesting.
I have a spell whereby I can create or destroy water. And if I use a drop of it, I can basically waterfalls as rain in a 30-foot cube within range, extinguishing exposed flames in the area.
Yeah,
But I need a drop of water.
Have you not got a water skin?
I'll say you've got a canteen at this point because this water's quite plentiful in Barovia as it's always bloody raining.
Oh, okay.
So,
Thank you very much.
no issues on that front, mate. You've got some of that. So yeah, Smegma, you've taken your shot. That hits. Roll your damage. No sneak attack, I'm afraid, because it's well aware of what's going on at this point. You have to step into the corridor to see it. 8 points. Definitely takes a chunk out of the bone around the head. That's about all you got there. You do still have your bonus action if you wish to do something. You've still got some movement left as well. Just backing out the room, are you? You've gone quiet, by the way, Lawrence. We can't hear. Okay, I'm guessing he's hiding. Doing it by sign language at this point. So, so you've ducked around the corner again, trying to hide. Cool. Sanarin, your turn, sir.
I have to admit I'm a bit nervous. So at the moment we've all run away.
Pretty much.
Apart from Zendaya, who's holding the ground.
Lonely. I'm so lonely.
Run.
Ooh, that's a good point.
I have nobody except a skull and fire.
Okay.
Apologies for the awful singing, although I'm not
I say
really
you're putting
sorry.
me off stride, but I don't really have a stride.
Then you're off your Strahd.
Yeah, put me off the stride.
Oh, God. It's terrible. Terrible. The flame skill doesn't drop the concentration on the flaming sphere, by the way, from the
Ooh,
damage
it's
it took from
concentration.
Smegma. It is.
For some reason, I thought you said drops constipation.
Yeah, me too.
Like, what?
The skull has seen Salarin come through, and he's like, "Oh, there we go, not again." He's about to thwack
Skull
me with a
needs some
quarterstaff.
Senate Oh
So
man.
the only one, because I haven't really been able to see what was going on from my hiding place.
Indeed.
The only one left is the one at the far end of the room at the moment.
Correct. Yes. Yeah, right at the far end of the gauntlet.
Yeah? Can I even chuck a dart that far?
Let's have a look. In this manual, 1 second. Dart. Pretty sure there's a range limit.
Just for reference for people playing, if you use Roll20, which is what we're using, it has its own compendium.
20/60s.
Or
So,
we're also using the player handbook
yeah, that's definitely
for reference as well.
5, 6. I know you could throw it. You could get it, but it would be at disadvantage because of the extreme range.
So I can move 9 squares in total. Yeah.
Yep.
I've just moved in 2 if you're being generous and we count it as diagonals.
Yep.
And really, I don't need to move through 2 rooms to get some sort of protection, so I can get closer.
Yep.
So 3, 4, 5. I want to go a lot closer than that. I might get back out again.
Yeah, so remember how big these squares are, by the way. They're 10 foot by 10 foot, not 5 by 5.
Yeah, so I've moved 50 feet.
Yeah, so you're at your limit there at the moment.
Oh, shit. Good point.
Yeah, I'm afraid.
So it is good. Right. Okay. Yeah, I really don't want, because I don't have a huge amount of hit points. I really don't want to stay in this room. So I'm going to chuck a dart from that distance.
Okay, so you just see this tiny little green sphere at the end of the room. So, yep.
I don't know if there's much else I can do. I don't really have a lot in my arsenal.
No, it's not the kind of fight that most monks are known for. Really. I mean, I think you might be able to use a short bow, but you don't think you have a short bow.
I don't.
Maybe something to consider down the line.
Mm.
With disadvantage, I'm afraid. So yeah, roll again, and we pick the lowest.
Oh!
We have to pick the lowest, which is the 13, which is enough to hit. So roll your damage, but click on the top one, the 2, not the crit. I think you can do that.
Really? Does that make a difference?
Yeah,
I think it still comes under, even if you hit the top one, it just tacks it under.
Yeah.
So yeah, cool. I only rolled a 1 on D4 as well. That's hard. Totally cocked you on that one, I'm afraid. Sorry. So yeah, your dart, you think it hits, you just hear a little plink in the distance. It's so far away.
I'll just put a little subtle thumbs up as I'm still looking at this massive cyclone of fire in front of me. Run away! Run away!
I'll just raise my eyebrows and then get the hell out of there.
Bye-bye.
Leg it again. Cool. Zendaya, then, your turn.
Good luck.
So, yeah, thanks. So this fire sphere is right in front of me at this point?
It is indeed, yes.
Okay, so I'm going to have to move slightly, aren't I, to actually see?
Yeah, yeah, to get around it so it doesn't hit you at the moment. Yeah, you'd have to take a slight detour.
Does that mean that I'm effectively also engaged with it at this point, or not?
No,
So
you
if
don't get the feeling it's got any physical attack or anything to give you an attack of opportunity against you or anything like that.
Gotcha. Okay, so I'm going to move over to here so I can see what's going on.
Yeah, so that's 2 squares of movement.
And I'm going to go with another another Sacred Flame at it.
Yep.
So
Okie dokie.
Dex 15 spell save.
Okay. Where's my thing open? There we go. Dexterity. Another 5. Good lord.
Thank goodness for that.
Terrible rolls here.
So 2d8.
So roll your damage, yes.
Another 15 would be great, although I bet it'll be the other end of the scale now, won't it? Like 2 or something.
Yeah. Balance out.
4. There we go.
Oh. Yeah, the sacred fire hits it, but doesn't do a lot this time. I'm assuming you're going to move your spiritual weapon up a bit as well.
Yes, please. Yes, I'll move a spiritual weapon up. I think that just puts it.
Well, actually, it can get in range. Can get
Just
in range.
puts it in range. And I have to do a ranged, a melee spell attack. So
Yes, please. Yeah.
let me use my spiritual weapon. 24.
24. Nice. So yeah, your weapon cleaves straight into it. Roll your damage. Definitely hits.
Damage will be
6
6.
damage. So yeah, it's looking a bit wobbly now. It's definitely taking a beating.
Does it need to do a if
Oh,
I've
concentration.
concentration? Yeah.
Point. Actually, I need to do 2. One from Simon's. Yep. And second one.
Two
Both, so yeah,
17s.
that's okay. Yep.
Wow.
So the ball of fire is still floating. It's not moved towards you yet, but it will do on its turn. So yeah, you've still got a little bit of movement left.
I think I will just remain where I am at this time.
Okay.
I don't want to bring the sphere of flames to the rest of the party, so I'll stay here.
Okay, Amber, your turn.
I don't know what I want to do.
I don't want to fight a green skull again.
Stop, drop, and roll. Stop, drop, and roll.
Yeah.
Hey, Lord of the Flames, your tail's on fire.
Didn't like it.
Oh God. I don't know. I think I'm gonna have to use bloody lay on hands. Yeah, I think I might use 15 points from lay on hands.
Okay.
Give myself some health.
Mark that off. Give yourself 15 hit points.
Yeah, so pull me back up to 28. Feels a little bit better.
Yeah, so you've still got your movement.
A smidge. God, do I even want to go anywhere, to be fair? I don't want to. Feeling very squishy all of a sudden. Where's the other one? Right up the other end. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So 5, 10, 15. I can get to there, can't I? Ish.
Yeah.
Um.
So yeah.
There. Move over a bit.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go there.
Cool. Okay, so the flame skull on its turn. The first thing it does, it drags its flaming sphere over to you, Zendaya. So make another dexterity saving throw, please.
Something a bit higher.
Oof. Okay.
Wow, well these deck saves have been awful this evening.
Yeah, it's like your nemesis, isn't it? Where are we? So
2d6, is it?
I think we could do it. Let me just double check. There's a load of extra text on here that I didn't read, but that's fine. It's okay if you hover it over a gap in the floor and stuff. So yeah. You take 5 points, half that to 3. 3 points more fire damage. So it'll kill you real slow.
Just the way it likes it.
Yeah, so it's got not much else it can do. So at this point, it just appears at you and seems to just spit a fire ray at you twice in quick succession, like pew pew.
Pew pew. Star Wars
So that's
lasers.
22.
Oh, that
I
hits
think
because I'm 20 is my armor
you
class.
take 4 points of fire damage. And the second one, 16.
That misses.
I think, yeah, so this one you managed to parry it with a shield just as well, so that was the harder hitting of the two. It's realizes it's got nowhere to go as this spiritual weapon's bearing down on it, and it's just going to go out swinging, or spitting fire in this case. Yeah, that's the end of its turn. So Arena at this point has had enough. Seen, yeah, hears the sounds of combat. Can't take the strain of hearing friends in battle and suffering, and it's charging around the corner. That's a move. Oop. Dragged off the screen.
Falls down
you
a
get
black
that.
hole, and that's at the end of.
Cast that far down the corridor, charging, screaming at the top of her lungs. And that's as far as she can get. Casimir is just like, what's she doing? And Vilnius is just gone. Guys have lost track of him totally at this point. Errol's sort of like looking between you guys and looking at where Vilnius went. It's like, do I follow him? Do I not? At the moment, he's choosing to stay with you guys, so we'll see what happens there. Top of the round, Smegma. At this point, it's far enough down the corridor, and any attacks you make against it. Actually, what is the range on a light crossbow? Let me double check that. I think I should have done this last turn as well, but it's fine.
Welcome to the stream, anybody who's watching at the moment. Thank you for coming, really appreciate it. Feel free to drop a message in the chat window.
Oh no, it's well in range. Oh yeah, definitely in range. So no disadvantage or anything like that. At this point, it is engaged with the spiritual weapon, so you will be able to do sneak attack as well.
And
So
hope
yeah,
you
if you want to
enjoyed
make
yourself.
your attack against it, mate. Assuming that's what you're doing. If you're doing anything else, we can't hear you. An acrobatics check. What?
Oh dear.
What are you doing?
Is he Spider-Manning across the ceiling?
I thought he was going to like
No
James
idea.
James Bond rolling
Magma,
across
what
the
are you
floor.
doing? Whee! Crit, nice.
Don't know whatever he's doing is working, though. We'll let him
Cool.
carry on, and then he can explain
Roll your
later.
damage, man.
What was the acrobatics?
James Bond rolling across the floor, jumping in the air like Spider-Man, and pow.
And roll your sneak attack twice. Because it's a crit, so you crit the sneak attack as
I just
well.
realised for the last like 25 minutes I've been on mute.
Yeah, we did say, but you weren't saying anything back. Oh, never mind. Obviously, not
I
paying
made some real
attention
good
to us.
comments. No, I don't know. I thought everyone was ignoring me.
I just thought we weren't appreciating your humour.
I
Cool.
can't say anything about
so,
muting. Last stream, 8 minutes being on mute.
Yeah, so I did some flips, did some karate kicks. I did like, man, I spied there.
Roll your sneak attack twice. I'm pretty sure at this point that'll actually annihilate it. But yeah, wow, yeah. So you come hurtling out with it engaged with. Indeed, you smash straight into it, and you actually pin it to the wall with your shot, and it's definitely dead in one last massive hit. Who'd thought a crit on a sneak attack would do so much damage? Cool. And with that, goes silent, at least for now. The berserkers relax, hearing the sounds of combat die out. Spiritual weapon fades. And yes.
Do we need to
you-
chuck some
you have-
holy water on these?
Yes.
Yeah, I was going to say, do you want to start dousing them? So yeah, they're small enough you could quite easily gather them up into one small pile and just use one
Yeah.
bottle.
Saturn!
Right, yes!
All is clear! Alice Clark!
Definitely some kind of aftershock.
Yeah, you.
Not here! Yeah, okay, I'll drop my number of vials.
We need to choose one.
Sound of me sprinkling it. Sprinkle, sprinkle.
Okay, so
Can I
You
urinate
guys-
on
if you
I haven't
really
been to
wish, yeah.
Did you drink the holy water beforehand?
That's definitely unholy water now.
want to put the berserkers on a back foot.
Establish dominance. Cool.
Kissing in the
I
corner.
am, yeah.
So, yeah, at this point, yeah, as you're catching your breath, you notice that there's a crack in the wall at this end of this room where the berserkers have made camp, which looks like that might be the way they've entered the temple. It's like they've got one of their number at least, always seems to be keeping an eye on it. You suspect that might be where you saw the rubble on the outside of the temple leading in,
Gotcha.
possibly offering an extra entrance/exit. Errol wanders in along with Casimir, who just says, "I'm afraid Vilnius seems to have run away."
God damn.
Yeah. So on the plus side, I guess that means if his Master Spellbook is still intact, that's all ours.
True.
Huzzah!
Unless
So
there's
yeah,
nothing to worry about.
indeed. So there is the burnt corpse on the floor there.
Oh
Which you,
dear.
could indeed
You
have a look at.
mentioned doors along this corridor that I was
Yes,
expecting
indeed.
beasts to spring out on. Can we do some kind of
Um,
checks to see whether there may be something behind?
Yeah.
Absolutely. So what will you just keep putting your ear to each door, just see if you can hear anything?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Make a perception check for me.
I will as well.
Yeah. See. Both wander along, do some checking out. Sanderin can't hear much after the explosion of the fireballs. You've got slight bit of tinnitus in there. Ambulose shrugged it off.
We'll hear it.
I think
You can't
too
detect
high.
anything though coming from behind these doors at this point.
how are we doing with health, by the way, guys?
Still not particularly well.
I'm wondering whether or not we should try and have a long rest with, as we've got these people here as well, keep a lookout, and we sort of take in turns as well. Opportunity possibly there for a long rest. Regain
What's
some
the time
health.
of day?
Yeah. So the leader of the barbarians, berserkers, seems open to that if you ask. She introduces herself as Saskia, by the way. Says, "You fight well, but can see you are injured."
Yeah. A little bit smoky.
Been a long day, isn't it?
Yeah.
We can barricade door again, in case of any more of those things.
Not a bad
Would
shout,
be
is it?
much appreciated. Yeah, really need to heal up and get some spell slots back.
Yep.
Do we want to group up in that main room then? We'll barricade the door, and we
Yeah.
can. One of us will take turns overnight,
Yep.
keeping lookout as well with those guys.
Over the crack, as it were.
Cracking.
The crack.
This bit.
Yes. Okay.
Mr. And stuff the burned body into that crack door.
Yeah. Is anyone? Are you checking over the burnt
Oh,
body
yeah.
before you do
I
it?
was going to say, we're going to pick the spellbook up, are we?
While you sort yourselves out.
There.
Okay. So
Notes.
you can see what's remained of a spellbook, but it's completely destroyed. Pretty much, it's just the spine and the stubs of some burnt pages. But there is a staff of some kind still clutched in his hand, which seems to have remained completely intact. Which Casimir seems to have noticed and taken a slight interest in, but looks up at you all with a slight concerned look on his face as he casts a spell on it. Says, "Beware, there is a price to using this staff."
Does it set you on fire?
Quite the opposite, in fact. It seems to control the element of ice.
What is this? What do you know? What this stuff is, Casimir?
I believe. Well, I will call it a staff of frost. While you whoever wields it is magically resistant to cold damage and other ice. Yeah, basically, it lets you cast certain ice-based spells, such as Cone of Cold, Ice Storm, Wall of Ice. It's got a certain amount of charges that you can use a day and regain so many each dawn. But it seems to have some sort of curse on it that will negatively affect anyone that tries to wield it.
Casimir, do you know what the price to use it is, or are you just sensing this at this time?
I'm afraid my magic can only sense it. It's certainly a strong curse to be even detectable.
And is that to use it rather than just take it with us and not?
No, so you'd be able to carry it as well if you were to attune to it.
Okay.
To actually to be able to use it, you would need to attune to it. If you have other magical items in the past, that's when it would take effect.
Okay. Should we carry it at this time and see whether or not we can get somebody else to identify what the spell might be or the curse might be?
Yeah, it might just be worth just taking it along.
Show it to everybody. So there you go.
I don't need it.
It's quite
Okay.
neat.
Yeah, basically it uses the spell save DC of whoever's wielding it. So, yeah, probably best in the hands of one of the spellcasters rather than a melee dude or Smegma, unfortunately. It's not your skill set.
Okay. Amber, do you want to take it? Do you want me to take it? Until we find out what it is.
Or you can give it to Errol for the time being.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Might be worth Errol keeping hold of it. He might even be able to be the best one to use it, but I don't know. I say give it to him for now.
Yeah.
Just to hold on even for now.
Yeah. So if Errol disappears due to out of game activities or whatever, I'll let you guys repurpose it. So don't worry,
Okay.
it won't be gone forever. Cool. So yeah, Errol takes the Staff of Frost for the time being. Yeah, you guys all bed down and have a rest. Strike up a limited conversation with some of the berserkers. They seem quite a stoic bunch. Fluffy doesn't let anyone near him. He doesn't know.
Oh, Fluffy. I'll try and talk to Fluffy.
Yeah, if you want to, make an animal handling check.
I'll show him I'm. Oh Christ.
Fight. Just a fight in the hand.
Yeah, so you spend a couple of minutes trying to get Fluffy to let you pet him.
I'm sorry, Fluffy.
Basically, at the last moment, you sort of realise as you step forward, you've stepped on his tail. So he just yelps and snaps at you. A 12, I assume, doesn't hit you.
No.
No. So yeah, clatters off your armour, thankfully, because that would have hurt.
Yeah.
You get the feeling it might be best to leave the beast alone.
For anybody that's not aware, if you roll a 1, which is the
Cool.
worst way you can do.
Yeah, Saskif and the Berserkers say they'll have a rotation of somebody on watch at all times. If one of you guys wants to join them,
Usually something bad happens.
while you take your long rest.
Yeah, we
I'll do
can
a
do. Just rotate.
Okay. So, what's the order of watching that you're doing?
I think you probably need a rest, Amber.
Yeah.
I'm happy to go for that.
So, Sandarin's going to take first watch.
Okay.
I'll take a second watch if you want.
I'll take first and last sleep.
Okay.
Okay. So, whoever's going first, make a perception check for me, please.
Strahd sounds like someone saying Strahd in a South African accent. The curse of Strahd. It does indeed, doesn't it? I agree with that.
Okay.
Stroud.
So Berserk's got a
I'm not
pretty
even
good
going to
perception
attempt
roll
a
there.
South African accent, but sorry, perception check from me, isn't it, as well now?
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, whoever's second on the list. Were you having 3 watchers or just the 2?
Oof, that's not a great one, is it?
So
Does
just
my-
the 2 watchers, yeah. Yeah, just divvying it up to 2. Yeah.
I think
Okay,
so, yeah.
cool. Okay.
Does my
ooh,
passive
I need to roll for
perception
the second one.
have anything to play in this?
Um,
I've just badly rolled a 7 with my passive.
Good question, actually. I think so.
'Cause I have the,
Yeah, I would say your passive perception would certainly be a factor. So I'd say it probably can't be lower than your passive perception.
okay, because I
But
get a
in your
plus
case, 'cause you're ridiculous. Yeah, like 18 or something.
19, yeah.
Yeah. So okay. So as your you and your berserker are on shift, Zendaya. You're just not aware of anything at all strange happening. Certainly nothing through Sannarin's shift. Towards the end of the night, though, you think for a second you heard something. I need you, Zendaya, to where is it? Make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Hopefully being one of my better saving throws. Oh, there we go.
Oh, 20.
Plus 7 to that, so yeah, 20.
Nice. So yes, as you're keeping watch, you think you hear something, and you spin round, and at the last second, you see standing over Arena is Strahd himself. You just see his eyes flash as he tries to exert his will over you, but you shrug it off, and he just looks at you and says, "Okay, it's okay. We will be leaving now." And he reaches down and picks Arena up off the floor, and you can see he's already bitten her, and she seems quite out of it at the moment.
Right from the very start, wasn't there something about that she needs to be bitten once more?
Possibly. You weren't sure.
Shitbags.
See, I've got 2 options, and I don't know which to take.
So you also noticed that the other berserker that was on watch with you appears to be sort of looking at you. You suspect he may have been charmed by Strahd as well, which is what he probably tried to do to you.
Everyone else is still asleep at this point, I'm
Everyone's still
assuming.
asleep at the moment, yes. Yeah, nobody else has noticed. Strahd is exceptionally stealthy. Plus 14 or something on his stealth roll, that's nuts.
Plus 14 on his stealth. Wow.
What the hell?
Yeah, and I rolled a 19. It's like almost
my
impossible
God.
to tell he's there. It's amazing.
Why
would you like to
you do
Zendaya?
this?
Why you do this to us?
I am. See, we were in this debate, aren't we, whether or not we were gonna try and kill Strahd or if we were gonna save him,
Yeah, that was a big sticking point.
and we never got to a decision. And now I feel like whatever I'm about to do is about to go through that action, isn't it? Oh.
like to.
What are you doing, man? What are you doing?
Do.
I'll tell you what's going through my head right now. Either I just let it happen and deny everything that happened, and not say I don't know, or I've got that what is it called? The holy symbol of Raven,
Oh yeah.
which will emit sunlight and effectively
Pew
hurt
pew
the
him.
hell out. Yes, exactly. But what's crossing my
But it
mind
is-
is I think we've probably already lost Arena, because I'm pretty sure at the beginning we said that she'd been bitten twice already, and if she's bitten a third time, then she's either going to die or she's going to effectively be needs to be turned into a vampire, doesn't she? Okay. I believe Strahd can also read thoughts, can't he? So
You certainly seem to have seen evidence of that before, yeah. Whether
Yeah.
it's because he was cast a spell in time, or
okay,
whether it's
gotcha.
just something he can do naturally, you don't know.
Oh yeah, he was trying to scratch around in our heads when we were at the dinner thing, wasn't
Yeah.
he? Is the holy symbol got more than one use on it? You can just
It
Yes,
does have a few charges,
It's
yeah.
got several charges. So if I go into the holy symbol of Ravenkind,
Yeah, depending on what ability on it you uses so many charges.
yeah, I think it used half of it, didn't it, to emit that light? Just trying to find where that was.
Oh, had you used some charges?
No, I hadn't used it at all, but I'm trying to.
I was going to say.
I'm trying
Oh,
to.
to see what, how much
I
damage
got you. Sorry, I misheard you.
Ah, hang on, I found it.
I was going to say I did share it with you all.
Yeah.
You can share it again if you wish. I think I put them in a little subfolder in the journal. Got for you.
So it's
Loot.
got a hold vampires. As an action, spend one charge and present the holy symbol. Vampires and vampires spawn within 30 feet of the holy symbol when it flares. Must make a DC 15 Wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, the target's paralyzed for a minute. Turn undead, which is kind of the thing I can do. And the sunlight expends 5 charges while presenting.
Yeah.
30-foot radius. Lasts for 10 minutes. So it has 10 charges for the following properties. It regains 1d6 plus 4 daily at dawn, basically.
Yeah. So we haven't used it yet, so it would use half the charges there to do that.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm going to try the hold vampire, because I reckon Strahd's DC out for wisdom is going to be pretty high.
Yeah, you're just going to sunlight it.
What are you doing, man? What are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you
Why
doing?
you do this? So he just said to me that we'll be leaving now. Did you say?
Yes. Yeah.
Well, in theory, you might be able to get him to stop taking her with him if you do kind of pretty much shock him. You know, zap him with something. Or he takes her with him anyway, but I don't know. You don't know, do you? It's just...
Or you could just scream at the top of your lungs, "Alarm! Alarm!"
Well, yeah, I'm contemplating screaming while doing sunlight.
Hello.
That obviously means we are going to definitely go into a battle with him.
Yeah, yeah. Little Star Trek combat music. Dun, 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 dun. Whatever it is.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Come on. Right. As
What?
you're stood there in indecision, Strahd seems to be about to make an action of some sort.
Okay, well, can
Last chance.
I put it to the group to see what they think before I make a
Okay.
decision?
Well, it's up to you, man. It's up to you. It's your character there. So, first and foremost, it's your decision. What do you think your character would want to do in that scenario?
Yeah, well, this is why I'm so, because obviously the the other guy said we're not to touch Strahd and get involved, and my flaw is my piety sometimes lead me to blindly trust those that profess faith in my God, which is what he does.
Well, there you go then. There you
So
go.
I guess I have to
Won't
just let
lead
him
on.
go. I will actually use it as a flaw. There we go. So I will just nod. What I will ask is, does our would our deal still stand?
Yeah.
Good question.
If I
Good
let you
question.
take her.
Says, we shall see. We shall see. And he chuckles and says a magic word, and both he and Arena just pop out of visibility.
At which point, I'm at this now point, I'm going to scream. I'm going to scream no to wake people up.
Okay. So yeah, everyone suddenly gets woken up. The dire wolf just sort of continues. You realise at this point that the dire wolf was lying there with its eyes open, watching you, as if wondering what you were doing. And the berserker that was charmed just sits down and starts sleeping, trying to roll over and go back to sleep, which gets a raised eyebrow from Saskia. Says, "What is the matter?"
Strahd was here, and before I could do anything, he had Arena in his hands, and he vanished.
Shit.
What? And you let him go?
They're gone.
I turned around, saw him. He was just there, and then he wasn't. It was like I didn't even know what was happening.
Had he
Man, you
bitten
have one job to do your watch. Man, that's one job.
Had he bitten her already?
It was so quick. I have no idea. She either was asleep or was limp. He was just holding her, and he was gone.
Shit. Now what do we do?
Carry on as we were, I suppose.
Well, no, we have to.
Suppose, mind you, yeah. I think he's partially won now, hasn't he? You know.
Yes. While this is going on, Saskia's wandered over to the berserker who was charmed, and has just picked him clean off the floor, and is holding him upright on one hand, and interrogating him.
Be interesting at this
And,
point,
he's
chat.
just
What do you
babbling
think I
about
should have done?
Strahd being all powerful, and she just backhands him across the face, chucks him to the floor, and instructs one of her other bands to keep an eye on him,
Yeah.
because he seems to be under the sway of the Dark Lord.
Shit. Okay.
Yeah. What do you think I should
Well,
have done? Should
Apologies
I have
for your friend.
used the sunlight? Or
I'm sorry for your friend, because apologies is a bit too complicated to have the grasp of the language.
or do you think I played the floor of my
Don't
character
worry,
well
it's
at
not
that
to be
point?
helped. Not your fault.
Well, we kind of thought this was going to happen in the end, didn't we? To be fair.
I'm just gonna slowly sort of sit on the floor sulking.
You got to be the one that's got to kill it now. You got to drive a stake through her heart.
We don't know that she's turned yet.
We've all seen the books. We've seen the movies. We know what's going to happen next.
Don't stray from the path.
Have we
That'd
completed the long rest at this point?
Yeah, close enough, or at least yeah, you're about an hour away from dawn at this point, so you can finish off whatever
Was this
means
the,
you wish.
The book of the oldie tale of the interview with the vampire.
Yeah.
You know that
Yeah.
song that we all sing as well, "Ode to Vampire Spawn."
Yeah. Ah, bloody hell. And there's like literally nothing you could do.
It was.
So,
I turned around and That it was there.
That was it.
It just as soon as I seen him, that was it. He'd gone.
Yeah. Casimir sort of puts a consoling hand on your shoulder and says, "Do not worry. The devil Strahd, he is powerful. He is known to do such things. The fact you are still breathing is, I hope, some sort of good sign. I hope." And you get the feeling he's going to be watching you closely at this point, as if he's not sure if he can trust you.
Okay, well, we're gonna have to try and get her back at some point. I don't know how, and I don't know where from. Well, presuming, obviously, he's probably taken it to bloody Ravenloft.
Do we need to find this book? Do we need to think about getting the dragon skull and getting that weapon? Taking
This
it
is
to
the only
Strahd.
Are you still wanting to see out whether he can be saved?
Well, I've ever since we had the conversation, it's certainly plausible that he is
Yeah.
actually trapped here.
Yeah.
And maybe saving him is what's going to save everyone else. How do we know? If we were to actually kill Strahd and defeat him, that everyone else is still not going to be trapped here.
Sure.
But I know everyone else may think differently to that.
Well, like you say, I think we're just gonna have to carry on. See if we can find this spell book. Try and get the dragon skull. And then see what happens, I suppose.
So Casimir at this point decides to chime in. Says, "If you are intent on helping rid this land of Strahd, then my mission here is all the more critical.
Yeah.
Come, let us continue."
Okay. Alright.
So,
Well, do we want to try and
so
sort
yeah,
of pick
you're
this
all
up?
fully rested. So yeah, get your hit
Spell
points back,
slots.
etc.
Yep.
Yep.
Etc.
Okay. Shall we see what's going on with these doors on the left? Are you all, I say to like the barbarian guys, are you guys all going to stay here still while we have a more of a look around?
Yes, although it is not as safe here as I had hoped.
Hmm.
We will remain for another day.
Okay.
So I fear we will need to move on soon.
Yeah, especially if possibly got a bit of problem with Strahd now, unfortunately.
How long have you had Fluffy with you?
A couple of weeks. Um,
How did you come about him?
that was a long story, and she sort of cracks a smile and says, he helped drive off some of our deranged friends. They came at us at one night at camp, and he came out of the shadows and helped drive them off as they tried to kill us.
Okay. I just wonder how Strahd knew we were here. And then I'll look at Casimir and say, "Did you mentioned something about wolves and Strahd, didn't you?"
For many years, it's been rumoured that they are the eyes and ears of Strahd, along with bats, as children of the night, so to speak. Many of the Vistani as well cannot be trusted, but I gather you have already learnt that.
Yeah. Might just be worth warning these guys about the fact that they might not be completely safe.
Well, they might be fine. I think my thought process was, do we need to separate from these guys?
Well, if they're going to stay here anyway, we'll probably just move on.
Okay. We'll ask Saskia. We're gonna continue exploring this place. Are you? Do you want to come with, or are you going to camp down here still?
No, no, thank you. We will remain here for the rest of the day while we decide where to go. But no, we will not venture any further into this accursed place.
Okay.
That's cool.
We wish you luck.
I think we're going to need it. Okay. Well, let's dust ourselves off and carry on.
Okay. Who's taking the lead? Who's taking point?
Sort of. I'll carry on.
With a determined stride, Amber sets out again.
Yeah.
So how are you doing this? What, are you gonna just kick the door open or something, or what are you thinking?
Yeah. Well, actually, I might move the stuff out of the way because obviously it's all piled up again, isn't it?
Yeah. So you clear the corridor and delicately
Yeah,
open the door. There's no sign of anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
No more green glows anywhere that you can see at the moment.
No more of those at the moment, thank you. Yeah, go over to here. We had a listen through here before, didn't we, to see if there's anything we could hear.
Yeah, you can try again if you wish.
I have another one in case. You never know.
Indeed. 18. Okay, so yeah, you can't hear the sounds of anything.
Okay.
You get a faint, distant dripping of water somewhere, but that could be anywhere in this place, echoing around.
I'll just sort of poke open the door, sort of slowly then.
Okay. So yeah, you knock the door open.
Yep.
And inside you can see there's a couple of stone blocks in the middle of the room that vaguely resemble primitive tables, covered in much dust. Carved into the walls, you see many niches filled with hundreds of dusty bottles that on closer inspection appear to be ancient potions of some sort. There's cobwebs hanging from two wooden ladders on the north and east walls that lean against them. The ceiling here is about 15 foot high.
Is there actually stuff in the bottles still?
You can make an investigation check to have a root around if you wish. An 8. Okay. Is anyone joining you in that search at all, or are you just leaving you to it?
I just
I will
stomped off
join
by
in.
myself.
Yep. Okay. Yep. Roll again, Amber.
Okay.
You can go with advantage. It's, rather than okay. Still terrible rolls, but yeah, you do. Most of them have dried up, but you do find one potion that looks like it's a healing potion.
Okay.
Just
Slightly
for
darker
you.
red than you're used to seeing.
Okay.
Possibly just down to its age.
Aged healing potion.
Yeah.
Just
so,
for
yeah,
those on
but aged
stream.
healing potion.
Typing, I'm note taking for the group as well. So if you hear me crashing at the keyboard, it's because I'm typing things, what's just happened, etc. So we can do recaps if needed.
Yeah.
But so
Okay. Is there much else in here apart from just all the
Nothing
bottles
else in
and
there that catches your eye.
stuff? Okay, cool. Alrighty then.
So checking the next one.
Yeah, let's wander up here.
So the next one, you open the door and nothing inside. It just seems to be a plain hallway. It's about 20 foot long. Just there's an amber door at the far end opposite you.
Okay. Do we want to bring the rest of the gang up here just in case? Everybody else coming up here?
Yeah, Casimir trots up.
Yeah.
I'll start coming up, but I'll sort of stick back a little bit as well.
Yeah,
Okay.
Errol will sort of bringing up the rear with you.
Yeah. I just have a check to see if there's not anything, any things and traps and stuff
Okay,
that's
make a
smashed.
perception check for me. No, there's a slight faint whistle of wind from beyond the door.
Okay.
But that's
Let's
about
go
it.
to the outside somewhere, possibly then. Okay. I'll go through.
Yeah.
And then check the door at the other end.
Okay, so you crack the door open.
Yep.
And you see some stairs down.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a thick layer of dust covers the stairs. Pretty clear this has not been disturbed in many years.
Okay. So we were on the... No, we weren't on the ground floor really here, were we?
No, you're on the upper floor.
First floor,
Essentially, yeah.
Okay. What do you guys think? Do we want to have a look down here?
Are there any other doors to investigate first?
Yeah, you got the double door at the north end of the corridor, the
Oh,
main
yeah.
corridor out here, and there's one more side door.
Okay, do we want to check the other ones first? And then we'll...
I don't know.
I know, it's...
It's a lottery.
Yeah.
Some rolled dice.
So where's the next door up here on the west?
There's one up here on the left, yeah, there, as well as the double door to the north side.
Yeah.
Can I have a listen first before I
Yeah, make a
sneak
perception
it
check.
open?
24, nice.
Nice.
Yeah, you hear
Hopefully I can
nothing.
hear through. Hopefully I can hear through the other doors as well.
Yeah, no, you didn't at all from in there. And nothing from the room to the north either seems to be interacting with you, or at least making itself known to you.
I shall put some WD-40 on the hinges and gently open,
Gently open this door.
this door. Yeah.
Okay, so as you step in, you see that dominating this room is a 12-foot tall model of a dark castle with high walls and tall spires.
Ooh.
Behind it, tucked in the corner, are some ruined furnishings and a wooden chest.
Everyone come in here.
Steal.
You clearly detect that this is a fantastic replica of Castle Ravenloft, possibly even the blueprint of it, essentially.
Didn't Thingy Bob have a... or did she not have the...
Someone had a
Link's
replica,
was
didn't
building one for Lady Vocta
Yeah.
for some
Oh,
purpose.
But she didn't know anything about it, did
She didn't, did she?
Or at least an idol of it.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
Why?
Yeah, didn't we actually accidentally put our foot in it with that or something?
God,
Someone outright asked her if she knew about it.
Yeah, I think that's me.
Yeah.
like, oh, you.
Come here.
Why the hell would you have a replica of bloody Ravenloft?
Can I look closer at it? Will it reveal anything interesting?
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, make an investigation check.
Hey.
Okay, it's it looks like
Minus
a very
one
good
investigation.
replica of the castle. But you don't notice anything untoward. Just it's possible that this
Does anyone else want to investigate it?
the moment passed.
What,
yeah, you
other
don't.
people aren't going to bother looking at it?
Well, if somebody else wants to really go for it, I'll go for it. But yeah,
Can I try and use sleight of hand to steal it?
the model, it's
The whole
massive.
thing.
12 foot tall, mate. Literally 12 foot tall.
I'll hide it
I
under
could
my.
actually live in it.
Yeah, you possibly could. It's massive.
Don't tell you, I've got like a massive bag that like never ends.
Nice
Magical.
swag bag. It's like Mary Poppins bag. Freaking ladder comes out of it.
A standard lamp.
Yeah. So nothing else catches your eye around the model.
Okay. What's with the models of the bloody castle? What is that all about? It's a landmark, but God.
Can I ask Casimir if he can detect any magic or anything coming from the replica?
He nods. Says, "Give me a moment." And he takes a minute or so. Casts spell detect magic. So waves it around the room. Says nothing's coming from the model, but he points towards the chest. Says some sort of transmutation magic is emanating from there, and points north to the room north of you. Says I'm detecting quite strong illusion magic from the room to the north.
Hmm.
Uh-oh.
bloody-
Uh
Yes, it's not.
What are they called again? Those mimics, aren't they? Did you say?
Mimic.
We were all at the bar. We had a joke. We had a laugh. The table laughed. We destroyed the table. It was a great night.
Not again.
Uh,
Don't want any more murderous furniture.
and that's in the room north of us. Did you say?
Yeah, you haven't been in there yet.
Dun, dun, dun.
So the
Maybe
chest
I
was
won't
in this
look
room.
at that chest.
Yeah, there's a little wooden chest in the corner of the room.
Yeah.
I steal it.
You can
Be
try and
my
steal the
guest.
chest.
Steal it.
Try lifting it if you really wish.
Make sure it doesn't
It's a bit
bite
too
you.
big,
Is it
though.
locked? Is it locked? Is it open?
You haven't had a look. You can try opening it if you want.
I shall.
Backing away.
Can I leave
investigate
the
it
room?
first.
I'm leaving the room.
Everyone's suddenly like, nope,
I'm
Okay.
nope.
leaving the room.
So yeah, you give it a once over just in case there is anything trap related in there.
Give it a
No-
smell, give it a lick, give it this sort of thing.
Yeah. Nothing seems to happen. So you gently flip the lid open. Inside, there's what looks like an old map or scroll case, but the contents seem to be either rotten or completely lost at this point. You do notice though with that roll, there is what appears to be a hidden compartment at the bottom of the chest.
I'll be back in 2 seconds, guys.
Yeah,
I'll
you
leave the
can
stream running
crack that
so you
open
can
if
hear
you
what's
wish.
going on. 2
Yeah,
seconds.
so you crack it open and you find a book. At your first glance, Smegma doesn't seem to offer much to you. But Casimir wanders over.
But can I use deception to say I didn't find anything.
If you really want, yeah, okay. Go for it, roll a deception check. Yeah. So
The gods have not favoured me today.
what that book? It's radiating great transmutation. May I? And he offers his hand out to cast the spell Identify, if you wish.
Fine.
So yeah, he takes a moment, takes a minute, concentrates. As he casts a spell. This is fascinating. This is a very rare tome. If one studies this for several days, it would increase their wisdom.
Oh, wow.
And yes, you have located a tome of understanding.
Is it a permanent trait or just temporary?
Yeah, no, it's permanent, but you need to spend 48 hours over a period of 6 days or fewer in order to actually gain the bonus.
Do you have to order this book in real life and read it yourself?
No, thankfully.
This shall be my reading material for the next 6 days.
Just going AFK while I read this book. Right.
And I shall use the rotten map as paper for these trips of reading.
So, yeah.
That's cool.
And we're
Indeed.
back.
So, yeah.
I'll
Decide
put
amongst
my
yourselves who might find
stash
most use of that.
was
Kind of cool that it's a permanent thing rather than just a buff.
Indeed.
Quite nice.
So, there's a couple of you in the group who benefit greatly from wisdom. So,
was in my bag and is weighing offers.
now may not be the time to be trying to read that book.
Yeah, no.
Might require some planning to get that one to
was
go.
also in my...
But yeah. Okay. So, what's the plan? So you found some stairs down. We've got this door to the north, which Casimir has detected some illusion magic from beyond.
Should we check these ones first?
Just whilst we're in this hallway, these little sort of turrets here in the wall, effectively. Can we see what was down those stairs from there?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, out through the arrow slits here.
Not down there, Aaron. There's where I'm trying to go. There we go.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
yeah, you can peer out the arrow slits. So you can see from here, as you could from the other side, the statue is still there. Its head obscured in that black orb. Otherwise, yeah, you keep an eye out, and you can't see anything else down there in the dim light.
Okay, shall we? You've done these other 2 rooms here, haven't you?
Yeah.
Do we want
Yeah,
to?
so we got stairs. Yeah, stairs in the one. And the other one was just like a potion room kind of thing.
I'm scared of the illusion bit. Shall we backtrack slightly and try the breezy room?
And go down the stairs.
What do you think?
Happy
Okay.
either way, or we can just see, poke our noses in the double doors and see what's there before doing anything.
And then go,
Nope. Massive nope.
Actually, yeah, when I did my awesome perception check, I couldn't hear anything. Is that at all reassuring? Yeah, alright then, I'm going to have a look. I'm going rogue.
Have a look.
I'm going
Okay.
rogue.
Have
Here
a
we go.
look.
So you poke them through the door.
And he's
So-
died.
As soon as he touched the door.
Stepping through the door, you see a room illuminated by torches and sconces, with a dining table covered with a magnificent-looking feast. Fills the hall with the rich smells of cooked meat, sweet vegetables, piping hot gravy, and wine.
It's
Eat the
not
food.
real.
Eat the food. Eat the food.
It's an illusion.
Yeah.
Everyone come in here, but don't eat the food.
Yeah. It looks cool, but no. Don't.
And there's some doors on the east wall, yeah.
Correct, yeah. So Casimir comes in, says, yes, it does appear to be an illusion, walks forward and smack. The table apparently is actually there. And he sort of just rubs the top of his thighs. It's like, ouch.
Just the food that's there.
Not all of it's an illusion.
In this illusion, do we all see something different, depending on what we fancy?
There's all sorts there, yeah, possibly.
It's just marzipan treats for me.
You can
And
certainly
slice
investigate
rice.
it to have a closer look if you wish.
No, that's alright.
Very clever.
I'm not that hungry.
Yeah. Let's see if you can hear anything through those other doors.
When did we last eat anyway?
God knows.
You don't eat in games, do you?
Back in the inn. Well,
We
I
have been
think we
eating,
ate in the inn once.
Yeah,
We've eaten many times, I was gonna say,
yeah.
Nobody ever goes
Ooh,
to
Usually
no.
wolf steak.
The wolf steak,
Yeah.
yeah.
You get free wolf steaks because you made an impression on the family, so helping save the winery.
eating fluffy.
So,
That's
are
interesting.
you? What are you doing? Are you just ignoring the illusion and carrying on?
Yes.
Someone take a dump on one of the chairs and just walk off.
Nice, nice. Okay,
Now's
so
not the time for dirty protest.
so you cracking through the next door, or are you listening first?
I did a perception check.
Open the
Oh
door.
wow, yeah, no, you don't hear anything.
I bet.
Yeah, just the sound of Casimir clanging into the table.
Mm.
But yeah, so you open the next door, and you see, like there was on the opposite side, there is like a balcony part here, but unlike the other side, this one has crumbled somewhat. So the black marble balcony on this northwestern side, yeah, has largely collapsed to the floor, which is about 30 foot below you.
Stepping back in.
The
No,
rest of
stand-
it is
stand on the
looking
edge. Stand on
heavily
the edge,
cracked, but you think the rest of you are light enough to be able to pass over it without issue if you go carefully.
Cool.
Pass
Um,
over it.
Yeah.
Like on the
There
north
is
edge.
There's another door to the north side. Yeah.
So there is. Assuming I'm the lightest, shall I try first?
Okay.
Yeah. So you nimbly dance across without any issue at all.
And how high up are we, do you think?
Push.
About 30 foot off the floor. Off the face of it.
I actually have some sort of unable to fall that far without hurting myself.
Indeed, indeed.
I'd like to listen at this door as well.
Okay. Okay.
16!
Yeah, you don't detect any sound or anything like that. You get the vague feeling you might be being watched. But then you just look at the black sphere where the head of the statue should be off to the east of you, and you just put it down to that.
I can't see that far.
Yeah, it's right out in the darkness, but yeah. So,
Alright, I'll open the door but not step in, if that's alright.
okay, so yeah, you crack this door open, and you find inside wonderfully. So yeah, you see, poke your head in, and you see a bare stone room with a foyer to the east, and what appears to be a shrine to the west. There's candlesticks draped in cobwebs stood in the four corners of the foyer that you see straight in front of you there. And in the shrine part off to the west, you see a faceless obsidian statue stood in a raised alcove, and slumped before the statue are two desiccated corpses in tattered garments. And two pairs of alcoves line the north and south walls of the shrine.
Can I start
Right.
knocking on the bones? Get some of that. Get
If
some
you've
of that
stepped
marrow
inside the room, Smegma, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Ooh!
Sarah stepped in as well. I can tell he's next to me.
If he has, then both of you please roll wisdom saving throws.
I ain't dying on my own.
Just for you guys watching this, so usually we finish about between 10, half 10, so this will probably be wrapping up soon. Just
How about
if
you,
you
Cameron?
want
Did
to
you
watch till
roll
the
as
end.
Well, both of you. Okay, so
because my aura of protection, if you're still within 10 feet of me.
okay, and what's that add? Sorry,
My charisma modifier,
which is how much?
3.
3. Okay. So that's enough for Smigs. You get a weird feeling from looking at the statue at the far end of it. Sanarin, you just stare at the statue, and you just get this intense urge to approach it, to be able to see it.
Oh, it's gonna fucking do it.
And you just walk over to it and kneel down in front of it in supplication, just staring at it.
Okay.
Can I go
yeah.
run over and give him a big old slap right in the face?
You can
You've
certainly
always
do
wanted
that,
to
yeah.
do that.
Well, what's that?
So you just giving him an actual smack across the face, yeah?
What do I do?
No, you don't need to make an attack roll or anything like that.
Only sneak attack on it.
Sneak attack.
With advantage, so I get no game.
No. Let me just look at.
Can I mention now that I've got stillness of mind?
Oh, what's that do?
Doesn't mean he's got nothing in his mind to actually.
I think it, yeah, I think that's probably true. Actually, I think it's more when I'm engaged in battle. I can use my action to end an effect on myself that's causing me to be charmed or frightened.
Oh, I was going to say, is it a charm effect?
Let me just read the spell description.
Thank you for everyone who's been watching the stream so far. Really appreciate you coming in.
Arguably, possibly.
It's your decision, mate.
Please drop a message in the chat or my social media. Let me know you've been here. Thank you very much.
No, so okay, so basically the spell this is based around has two portions. One bit of it is frightened. The other one is not specifically say charmed, though. I'm afraid.
That's cool.
I also have. I also have.
In my arsenal over here.
Oh yeah, so I did mention the frightened bit, didn't I?
Yeah, that's why I mentioned that there. So yeah, this particular one, it's just attracting you to it. So you, yeah.
Okay.
Not a true charm, I'm afraid. At least it doesn't specifically say it.
Okay.
I'm afraid. Okay. So yeah, you just knelt in front of it, which obviously catches everyone else's interest.
Can I slap them?
You can slap him indeed. Yeah. So yeah, if you, it doesn't seem to have any effect. It doesn't seem to even break his. He doesn't even blink. He's just absolutely enthralled by
Can
this.
I do it a second time to test the theory?
Yeah. You crack across the other cheek.
And then I decided to do it for a third time, but this time just for fun.
Do I have to knock off any hit points?
No. So yeah, it seems to be radiating from the statue in the shrine.
Can I raise my
anyone that
crossbow?
enters the room may be affected. At
Then
least
if
the first time.
Okay, but if I raise my crossbow and fire a bolt at it to try and break it,
You're going to try and destroy the statue. Okay, one sec.
Is the statue wielding a weapon of any sort?
No, it just seems to be much like the big statue in the main hallway. It's just some hooded figure stood offering his hands out in there. Seems just a faceless figure.
And can I do like a perception check to see if anything else may be approaching or anything?
Absolutely, yeah. Make a perception check and Smegma, make your attack roll, please.
my first wait for the perception first before I decided to do the attack.
Yeah, you said you were going to attack the statue, didn't you?
Yeah, but I wait for the perception first, then decide if I want to attack it.
Although I guess my passive perception there would.
Yeah.
How can you percept to something that he's not in the room of, so he's got to come in the room anyway to understand it?
Well, it's just sort of like hovering around, detecting, see if anything hears any footsteps or anything like that. So there's a certain range I'm sort of keeping track of on the side here. So it's fine. You don't notice anything strange happening or coming your way at the moment.
Okay.
Then I say YOLO, and I shall launch a crossbow shot.
Okay, make your attack, please. Definitely hits. Roll your damage. 4. Okay, it doesn't do a lot of damage, but it's enough to knock the statue off kilter for a second. And while it wobbles on its base, Sanarin briefly blinks out of the trance, and then it settles again in the base, and the spell takes hold again, and Sanarin zones out once more. But you get the feeling that perhaps removing the statue or removing Sanarin from the room might break the spell.
You're in there already, aren't you?
He's the only one that's currently in there, yep. So it could get worse before it gets better.
Either us risk going in there and being whatevered as well.
I'm already in there, so.
Can I see
Or
this
you
statue
try
from
and-
this from where I am?
No, it's around the corner. You can tell it.
Yeah, no, I'd say there's a corner on the lip on the alcove, preventing you from getting a proper look.
Okay.
But
So
if you pass me a mirror and a couple more mirrors, maybe I can create a reflection here.
The smoke could relay the description of it. What were you thinking?
I was going to do a ranged spell attack, try and knock it over,
Okay,
but I can't see,
no, I'm
so that's
afraid
fine.
that- yeah.
Do you even know what's going on?
What's going on?
He's staring at a fucking statue. Not sure
It is
why.
very nice.
Have you tried pulling him away from it?
If you try pulling me off.
That's not what I said.
What are you doing, sorry?
Trying to tug him off.
Oh, phrasing. Yeah, you can. He offers no resistance as you try to drag him away. Just make a strength check for me.
Tugging him off with a strength check.
7. Yeah, so you just drag him away, but he's just surprisingly
His
heavy.
face it's like going against the floor and stuff like that.
Yeah, a little bit like that. Like, yeah, still staring at the statue. But yeah, you can drag him back to the doorway. Are you all piling up at the entranceway like that?
I'm going to move out of the way when.
Yeah, move
Okay,
it
I
up.
was going to say, because the cracked floor you guys have already seen, that might be a good idea. So yeah, as you drag Sanarin back out of the room, you
We didn't check those fucking bodies for anything, did we?
no, indeed, you did not.
Ah,
So yeah, it snaps Sanarin out of his trance again as soon as he breaks line of sight to the statue.
If you already passed it once, can you go back in again or not?
Or could you push Sanarin out of the door and still remain in the room?
True.
No, you don't know, Smegma. You don't know.
Go back in. Go back in.
I wander back in just for fucking.
Yeah, you want it back in? I need another saving throw from you. Remember to add, was it +3 from being within range of Amber? So you make the roll, and add 3.
Ah, fuck.
Oh wow!
Whoa.
So this time you start sneaking back into the room, saying, "Do you want to be sure?" And then suddenly you look at the statue, and it's amazing. You just wander over to it, and kneel down in front of it.
Surely he knows not to look at the statue.
Yeah, kind of
just
just closed
the
my
thing.
eyes, walked in blindfolded or something like that.
It's too late now.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh, crap.
Well, surely
I doubt
basically the whole point is they wait there for fucking like half an hour, realise they ain't come out, and then they stuff's happened again, isn't they?
Apologies
Just
for
leave
all
you
the
there,
swearing,
yeah.
by the way, guys.
Smegma will
Like-
never see it again.
Right, let's walk off.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to go in after my friend. He saved me. I'm going to go in.
You're going to risk going
I'm
back
going to
in.
back him.
Are you
I'm
going to
not
go
risking
in with
anything.
your
I'm backing
eyes
him.
closed?
I'm wise enough not to look at the thing.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay,
backing
so you
him.
try going in backwards, not looking at it. I still need
Yeah.
to make a wisdom saving throw. Because something in the room you just can't help
Oh.
but look over your shoulder.
Oh.
17, that's enough. So this time, yeah, you get the feeling that you
maybe.
must look over your shoulder, and you do. You catch a glimpse of the statue, but this time, no, you're able to, yeah, you keep your wits about you. And while, yeah, you are attracted to the statue, you're overcoming the urge to do anything at the moment. And this time, now you're in here, you do as well detect a faint waft of wind coming from the north wall about there. Possibly a
Okay.
hidden door or something.
Mhm.
But you would need to do some investigation.
Yeah, right. I want to see whether I've got anything in my inventory that I could use to hang over the statue to see whether that breaks any kind of.
A bit of cloth or something like that, or your bedroll or whatever.
Mind
Yeah,
you,
Yeah.
what have you got?
backwards didn't really do much.
I know, but if,
Breaking line of
if it's-
sight, possibly not gonna.
I think it's worth a go. I don't
Okay.
see any harm in trying.
True.
I've got a black eye patch in my inventory. I wonder if
No, I'm afraid that won't quite cut it. But nice idea.
Turn it into a pirate.
it might look quite. It might look quite dapper in my black eye patch.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah, I'm gonna chuck a bedroll over the
Okay.
top of that
As you check
statue just
your
to see if it.
as you check your bedroll over it, it does seem to actually interfere with the spell somehow. At least over Smegma, as it seems to block the presence of the statue, and you feel that as soon as you cover the statue's face, that seems to have ceased whatever hold it had over you.
Thank fuck for that.
But you are now down a bedroll.
Well, can we try knocking it over or something and see whether that.
Yeah.
If make a strength check with advantage if somebody wants to assist you.
Go on then. I don't like it anymore.
How strong are you, Smegs?
Let's see. Not very strong, apparently.
Oh, wow, man! Wow. So roll strength as well. So
Do we know if you've got advantage? Then do you say you've got advantage?
Yeah. If you
roll
want
again,
to
then.
roll,
I get you to
roll
roll
again,
twice.
then spec back. Roll again, then. Yeah, if Sanarin's helping you. Okay. That's enough. You managed to both of you together tip the statue over, and as it hits the ground, it doesn't smash the statue, but with it off its base, the bedroll, you take it away, and it doesn't seem to have any effect anymore. You seem to have disarmed it.
I'll wander over to the door and let the others know that it's safe to come in.
What was that
Or at
massive
least,
crash?
at least we knocked over the weird statue.
A weird statue?
There was a delightful
Just look.
centerpiece to the room.
Just open up the bed sheet and just look at, at the face.
You don't believe us.
Okay,
yeah,
that's a bit creepy.
Don't do it, Smexer. Don't look at that statue.
Okay, well, I'm
We can
gonna
check it.
enter the room this time now then.
It was
Yeah, sorry, what do you
captivating,
want to do,
but we've
Smegma?
disarmed it.
Can we look at these bodies now?
Yeah, make an investigation check.
Couldn't see how long and deep this room was.
Yeah, it's quite larger than you thought. So you root over the bodies. You're pretty sure they used to be human and probably wizards of some sort. You suspect they may have starved to death under the effect of that spell long ago.
Can I suck on one of the ribs just to get some substance?
It's a bit dusty. That's about all you get out of it. It's just a bit dry. You got a bit of a dry cough as a result.
Doesn't taste as good
nothing
as orphan kids I had once.
You don't find any possessions. They seem to have already been stripped by something.
Can I do an investigation check? Because at this point, I'm not aware of this.
Yes. So you as soon as you enter the room, you immediately detect that there is something wrong with the north wall. While you're investigating, it takes you ages.
Unless anyone wants to help.
I told you.
just
I don't need to-
19. Oh, yeah, nailed it. So Zendaya, you detect that there's something wrong with the door, but as you cast your eye over it, you can't figure it out for the life of you what the trick is to open the door. But Amber just strolls up after you point out where the door must be and just open it. The door clicks open, slides open.
Ta-da.
That's why you're awesome.
And reveals a second door beyond.
I do like their funny little corridors in this place.
I'm going to just look in. And I guess I can't notice anything from at this point here, can I?
You can make a perception check to strain your ears to see if you detect anything above your passive perception. But passively, you're not detecting anything at the moment. No, you can't detect anything else above your passive at the moment. Yeah.
It might just have to go in there.
Hey, look!
Casimir.
A secret room!
Casimir mentions, I'm getting a magical, detecting some kind of magic from that room.
Just spidey.
I can't pinpoint it.
Okay, that's what are we gonna do? Has anybody got anything that they don't need that we can just throw in there and see what happens? See where
We haven't even
they're
opened the door yet.
Oh, yeah, good point.
Poke the door first.
There's a statue here.
Yeah.
Do you want to slide the statue and push it through the door?
There's some
Could do.
bones there. Unless you just throw a bone through or something, I don't know.
Actually, yeah.
That's true.
Do we want to touch the door? Dun, dun, dun.
Use a bone to touch the door.
Use a bone to touch the door. I like it.
Yeah, you can do that if you want. So who's doing that? Who's actually somebody?
I just make suggestions. I don't do actions.
I'll grab a bone.
I'll do it.
Oh, okay. I'll
Oh,
do it.
he's in
Yeah.
there. Oh, alright then.
Yeah,
I'll do it.
oh god. So Sanderin, you grab the bone, you
Bone.
Step
sneak
back
over
just
the
a
door,
little.
you tap the door, nothing happens.
Okay.
What,
Open
the door doesn't
chuck it through.
open?
You haven't hit the thing to open the door yet. The handle. That's the word I'm looking for.
You know that thing to open doors.
You
Yeah,
want
so
to
you-
trap the handle with the bone.
Opening
yeah, so you knock the door open,
Hmm.
and as you do, you see within. It's a 15-foot high room containing the trappings of royalty: ornate furniture, exquisite rugs and tapestries, decorative statuary. Everywhere you look are lit candelabras atop small tables, and the beauty of the decor, however, is undone by the thick dust and cobwebs. Stood in the centre of the room is a decrepit skeleton clad in tattered robes. Red pinpoints of light burn in the skeleton's eye sockets as it turns to you, and it says, "Do I know you?" And that's where we'll leave it for this week.
Ah!
Yeah. I'd like to congratulate you on the use of the word statuary.
Thankfully, I'm reading from a script, so that helps.
I don't care if that word doesn't actually exist, I'm going to use it.
I hope it does. Yeah. Cool. Good work, folks. Good work. Interesting events happening here. Interesting to see what happens to Arena now. Wow.
Yes, thanks for that.
Another thing you can feel guilty about. Wow.
What? No, no, no. Oh.
Well, that little girl you could have saved, possibly. Don't know.
A little girl. Hang on, it wasn't just me. I was struggling in heavy bloody armour and everyone just stood there. Don't put that on me.
Don't put the blame on me.
Awesome. Cool.
I'm only human.
Thanks for coming, folks. That's good fun.
Yeah,
Thanks for being there.
thank you and for all your awesome DMing and for everyone else for an enjoyable evening.
Indeed, indeed. Hope we all enjoyed. When's good for people next time round?
We can do it any day next week, I reckon.
Cool.
I say that with no authority whatsoever.
All right. Well, we'll message something around on WhatsApp.
Yeah.
We'll find out when's good for my brother as well. See if we can get him back in.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah,
best days for me, just for reference, are going to be Fridays. I don't know how that sits with everyone else though. But we can take that offline and have a chat.
absolutely.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
cool.
Message Mo.
All right then. Well, thank you very much, guys. I dropped the link in the chat if you guys do want to rewatch this. So it will be available for you to watch.
Cool.
Indeed.
I lived it, man.
I appreciate you. You let me stream this as well.
Cool.
Thank
Do
you
we
very
have any
much.
viewers?
Awesome stuff. All right then,
Cool.
guys. I'll let you guys crack on and see you tomorrow, Andrew, and
Indeed.
catch you guys later.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Cheers.
Boy.
Cool. See you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Cool. So pretty long stream today. 2 hours 28. So if you've watched all the way through, thank you very much. You've stuck by and seen what a pretty standard night looks like. Please do feel free to message me or put anything in the chat if you're watching this offline. as I say, really appreciate anybody and everybody that comes along to watch these things. First time we've streamed D&D, so I hope it's been okay. I've been pretty quiet myself, obviously because I want you guys to still hear what's going on. But if there are any questions or anything like that that you guys have, then as I say, please message me. I have started as well. I'm on the basis of creating social media accounts, so I've got Twitter, YouTube, those sort of things. I literally only created them today. There's nothing on them at this point, but just bear that in mind that I will be putting these, much like I'm going to have the collections on Twitch, I'm going to put these on YouTube as well, for people to view at. But yeah, I've enjoyed tonight. I think the stream's gone okay. I have noticed, however, that it is a little bit CPU intensive, Roll20 on my machine, but it is because my machine's old. That DM is hot shit. Yes, I have to agree. I'm not going to disagree with that. I am always thoroughly entertained by our DM. I think he does a great job every time. And yeah, if this is the first time you've watched the D&D thing and you're probably wondering what's going on, as I say, please do feel free to drop me messages if you want. I can only help you as much as I know. I'm pretty new to it myself. But yeah, I think it's been a pretty good stream. May or may not be the DM. I'll let people decide. And but yeah, I'm thoroughly enjoying this. And we will be streaming again soon. So we're going to be deciding when our next D&D night's going to be. So I'll make sure that the current social media accounts I'm using, I put out there when we're going to be doing it. And I'm also looking to put countdowns to next streams on the Twitter page. The Twitch page. So you'll get a rough idea. If you come on here offline, you'll know when the next stream's going to be. But it looks like we're going to probably change our D&D nights from Tuesdays to another night. So I'll keep you guys updated. But yeah, thank you again. Really appreciate everyone that's been here. Yep, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of the week. I'm going to try and get some Hacknet streaming in the next couple of days. Not sure when, but like I say, I'll make sure I put out on the social media. But thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Take care. Cheers. Bye bye.